You know, we live in a time where a lot of people are expressing their inner pains, or most importantly, how they feel about themselves internally on public display. Why is this happening? Well, my humble opinion is that when we start to see an increase in violence, an increase in drug and alcohol use, an increase in justifying that drugs are okay to use by legalizing some drugs, by increasing alcohol use, people feeling desperate about what's going on in the world, financially, emotionally, spiritually, physically, and mentally, we are also seeing a domino effect of mental health challenges and physical health challenges along the way. So, where is this all going? I see this going from the perspective of how people have lost track of how important it is to protect their mind, to protect what they have, which is them. I also feel that most people's effect of what they have gone through is being displayed publicly. Sometimes we are seeing the effects of people inflicting violence on other people or on themselves through drug and alcohol use as a way of coping with inner pain, coping with the molestation of the past when they were 4 or 5, coping with, the family divorce, not having the parent around on a full-time basis, not knowing who their dad or mom is, losing someone in a significant way, probably due to violence. We start to see how people express themselves publicly as a reflection of what's happened to them over their lifetime. So if this is all associated from my lens with the mind and the body, it's because we are blocking our ability to cope. And when you block the ability to cope, picture it as having, let's say, for example, a pop can, and I shake it up, and I ask you to open it. Within that time I've shaken it up, what's going to happen? You're going to explode. I believe that that is a true reflection of what's going on in our culture today. We're seeing a lot of people exploding on the world. We're seeing a lot of people exploding on other people. We see a lot of people even exploding on themselves through the idea of not knowing who they are, finding ways to justify abnormal behaviors, finding ways how to cope with the inner pain, and then deflecting their pain onto other people. We can see this with people using ways of excessive tattooing, excessive drinking, not knowing where they fit. So they create a group of people who have gone through similar experiences, and then they want to fit with that group. Not realizing that when you don't deal with the inner conflicts are still going to create pain for you even later on down in life. You could use a band-aid approach, which is avoidance, but you can only avoid for so long, because as we get older, the pressure builds up. And when the pressure builds up, either in your 20s, 30s, 40s, or 50s, you're going to explode. And people are going to wonder what happened. And what's going to be the truth of the matter is that explosion is a reflection of something that happened to you when you were 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, or 12. And yet you are now 45, going through something that you could have addressed earlier on in life. And our culture has done a great job of allowing people to feel that it's okay to keep the pressure in, because we put things in place for you. We put in a medical model for medicine. We've put in drug and alcohol use to make it easier for you to get so you can cope with your pain, not realizing you're creating more pain. We're putting all these different things in place that aren't really helping, but are just adding to the problem that yet creates income for someone else. Ladies and gentlemen, it is so important for you to protect your mind, to not lose track of what you can do with your mind. And yes, a lot of these challenges might be hurtful, harmful, and hard to deal with. I understand that. I might not understand what you may have gone through, but I understand what it takes to be able to move forward. It takes courage. It takes faith. It takes belief. But most importantly, it takes a decision to do something that is right instead of continuing to do something that works. Because what is working is only creating more pain. What is right is to identify the root cause of what's going on in you that you've kept in for so long that the pressure is building up and you're going to lose it. You're going to lose your career. You might lose your family. You might lose your friends. You might even lose your life. Ladies and gentlemen, this is just something that is near and dear to my heart that I want to share with you, because I really believe that most of our problems that we see in our world today are a reflection of people's inner pains and how they feel about themselves, and most importantly, what may have happened to them in their past that is now being impacted in our culture. Take the time to understand what it takes to do this, but most importantly, why to do it. Protect your mind. Have a great day.